The California Area All-Stars are part of a fundraiser here at Hamer Hall in California, Pennsylvania, as they take on some of the Pittsburgh Steelers in a charity event. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CUTV. My name is Alix Kunkle. Alongside of me this evening is Allison Steinheiser and Andy Walter. And Andy, we'll start with you. This is a great opportunity for some of these players, not only college but high school as well, to go and get some of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for really set of the high schoolers as well as the college residents here from Cal U to get a chance to go up against some of the NFL's best and brightest. Let's see what these guys can do on the hardwood. You never know what they're going to bring to the table. Sometimes you see good multi-sport athletes. Sometimes you see guys that really found their calling in one sport and probably would be best if they stuck with that sport. Most importantly in this game, you got to make sure everything is called right down the line. These guys are professionals. That means, let's be honest, when push comes to shove, they do know what it takes to bend the rules in their favor. We got to have some good officiating to make sure this game is clean. We've got to make sure that everyone remembers this is all going to charity.
And one of these officials tonight is men's basketball Cal Vulcan Chad Tipton. Allison, though, you look at the Steelers, and they're coming off a Super Bowl loss, but this is something they do every year to raise money, and it's just a good cause for the Steelers as well.
Yeah, it really is. It's just supposed to be really a good time, and you see already some of the fans are interacting with some of the players. Charlie Batch interacting with a young fan. But it should be really interesting to see how these guys do play on the hardwood, as Andy said, because we saw during warm-ups for a little bit, Charlie Batch was definitely hitting some threes. We've seen a couple other players throw up quite a few air balls, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, the Steelers being represented here this evening: Charlie Batch, Wes Lyons, Ryan Mundy, number 29, number 48, Morey Ivy, number 73, Ramon Foster, and number 77, Rashawd Harris. And the tail of the tape between these two teams, you take a look at the years founded and the number of championships. Steelers certainly have a good number of championships. Andy.
Yeah, you talk about that. You talk about these 6 Super Bowl championships for the Steelers. California a little bit behind. You talk about their 3 team national championships, 2 back-to-back softball titles in the late 90s, the 1 women's basketball championship go back to 2004. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, the Steelers have the edge in titles, but at the same time, you think about the Vulcans, they're playing against near 100 schools every year at the Division II level. The Steelers, they only have 31 teams to worry about in the NFL.
And they don't even have to play all of those 31 teams in the same season.
No, I mean, it really, I think it's a biased number when you take a look at it. It's going to come down to who wants it more. For the California side, you talk about players, Rashawd, Hatten, Anthony Vaughn, Kayla Smith all on there, former Vulcan standouts. Those 3 know what it's going to take. They're going to put winning ahead of everything, except, of course, for putting on a great show for the Hamer crowd.
And the rest of the California high school roster, or the California All-Stars roster, not only includes Vulcan players, but players from around local high schools as well. You have players represented from Chartiers Houston, Cal High, Charleroi High School, and the Washington City Special Olympics. You have a number of standouts from these teams as well, who this is a great opportunity, Allison, to really just show their stuff in front of a larger crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great for them. There are quite a few female basketball players here right now. They're going to get the chance to play with Kayla Smith. Some of the guys that are here are going to get the chance to see what it takes to take it to the next level. Not only is it going to be a lot of fun, but it could be a great learning experience for them.
Yeah, some of these players most likely looking to go to the college level, and to be able to play with a former standout such as Kayla Smith is probably a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And it is important to remember, first and foremost, I've mentioned before, I'll mention it again, this is all for charity, it's all for fun. As serious as we're going to make this broadcast, we're going to have some fun with it, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that you all will enjoy the show upcoming.
And we are going to pause for I believe we're having a national anthem upcoming, so we will pause. And we will be right back at the start of this game.
What's the party we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose footsteps and my storms through the perilous light, and the one get back.
And now we will get our starting lineups for these two teams. And I believe we are going to start with the Washington City Special Olympics team is their official name. We're going to see Rashawd Hatten, the California Vulcan standout, one of the top players in the Vulcans men's team this year, Andy, who almost made it to the PSAC semifinals.
Yeah, a tough loss, let's be honest. They got robbed out of winning an IUP in the quarterfinals of the PSAC tournament. A tough loss, a tough way for the players. Rashawd Hatten and Anthony Vaughn to finish their Vulcan careers. But taking a look at this team, you talk about Hatten, he can do it all. He's going to have to bang down low against some of the bigs that the Steelers charity team has brought. Same time, he can step out, he can hit the threes. It's going to be interesting because you think about Kayla Smith and Rashawd Hatten. They probably have not been on the floor that much together playing for their respective Vulcan squads. It's going to be interesting to see how those two go together, how well they can play in a cohesive system.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And the rest of the roster includes Vaughn, Hatten, Dana Zychek from California High School, as well as John Tyler from California High, from Chartiers Houston, Rachel Burgess from Charleroi High School, Shanice Tarpley and Morgan Icavino, and from the Washington City Special Olympics, it is Jeremy Salou, Josh Werner, Kristen Wagner, and Jordan Lexus. The starting five looks to be Zychek, Hatten, Vaughn, Tyler, and Smith. But certainly, Allison, all of these players going to get a number of playing time.
Absolutely, and it should be a lot of fun for these players. Andy talked about how Rashawd Hatten and Kayla Smith hadn't played together very much. Well, Kayla Smith is used to getting a lot of rebounds in games. She's obviously not going to get as many tonight playing against some of the Steelers that are a lot bigger than she is.
Yeah, her rebounds will be hard to come by for the Washington City Special Olympics team, as now the Steelers get introduced. Number 77, Harris. And
there's a whole lot of man out there at the center of the court right now. It's going to be interesting. The question is, when you think about football, yeah, you go hard for 60 minutes, but you do get those little pauses. You don't get that in basketball. We will see if conditioning does come into play as we move forward this game for the Steelers All-Stars.
Yeah, certainly the Washington City Special Olympics team has an advantage in that category. As they played basketball for the better part of their lives, they know how to play it. They know what to do and the fundamentals. Football's a little bit different than basketball, as you said, so we will certainly see an advantage on that part.
Yeah, Ryan Money getting introduced. You talk about him. He's basically a California regular. He's come down, made a couple appearances during Vulcan football season. Done a couple signings. Fan favorite Ryan Money getting introduced. Here comes Ramon Foster as well. You take a look, the Steelers squad a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. The question is, can the Wolverine side stick with this Steelers team long enough to wear them down and get the edge offensively?
Yeah, certainly. I think the Steelers offense will have a big advantage on the three-point side, as some of them will be able to hit that three. We saw it in warm-ups.
Did you catch that last one there,
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah, Limas Sweed's name was introduced. I don't see him.
He is here. They said he's in the locker room. He had just arrived, so we should be seeing him shortly.
He is working on getting his Superman cape off, I believe.
Yep.
Trying to pull his Willis Reed minus the injury, come out in the middle of the game, make a difference. That's going to be big. That gives the Steelers a second man on the bench.
Yep.
And that could be huge, trying to get these guys in and out, keeping everyone in good shape.
Certainly
One man could make the difference.
Certainly gives them a lot of speed, too.